Good morning, Jim. How are you today?
I'm very good. And greetings, world, and greetings, 7-Spot. This is for you. This is the reason you got me up at 3 o'clock in the morning so I can go to KITFEST and watch this lot. So here we are. We're at, where are we and who am I talking to?
Unfortunately, Jim, you're talking to Trevor Harmer.
I'm
at Santapod.
Wonderful.
And we are doing KITFEST, as you can see from the gazebo.
Yes, how exciting is that? I am so happy to do this, and I'm actually overjoyed that this year it's not pouring with rain as it was last year.
Last year was pretty bad. To be fair, if we did this live stream yesterday, I would have been incredibly wet.
Yes.
So
yeah, I know.
Yesterday was a very, very bad day.
So we're going for a little bit of a wander about. Tell us a bit about what KITFEST is for those people who do not know.
It's a venue here at Santapod, and we are trying to get some more kit car shows going. And this is a way of us, as being enthusiasts, trying to get another show up and running. And it's pretty difficult because a lot of people run these shows as a business and they want to make a profit, obviously. We're not doing it as a profit, we're doing it for Clare House Hospice. So any money we raise, any money that's over what we need to do to get this up and running, then gets sent to Clare House Hospice. And similarly with Santapod themselves, they've been absolutely marvellous. They've given us this venue for free, effectively.
Do a piece with Chris as
well. And I can't fault them for what they've actually done for us. And on top of that, not only are they allowing us to do this, they're the only third party they've allowed in, because Santapod do all their shows themselves. Nobody else comes in. It's all run by Santapod themselves. They've got their own media team, everything. And we're the only third party that's allowed to do this. And on top of all this, every ticket sold, obviously it's a win-win situation. It's good for them, because the more people coming through the gates, the more money they earn. But we get the kickback. We get £3 back for every ticket sold, and that will go to Clare House Hospice.
Oh, that's lovely.
So it's a good situation for us. It's a good situation for them, and hopefully we're back in square one. Over the next 5 years, it'll grow and hopefully get much, much bigger. And of course, it's on the back of what we have here today is the retro show. Yeah. So there's lots going on, lots of noise, lots of top fuel cars, lots of. We've even got. You can't see in the distance there. We've even got Rolls-Royce Merlin engines being firing up every now and then. It's just phenomenal. And we've had a flyby by Spitfires earlier on, which again was absolutely amazing to see.
Wow, that's terrific.
But that's I could bore you silly, really.
No,
that's in a nutshell. That's what KITFEST is all about.
Believe me, you'll never bore me with this stuff. Can I ask you, just again for the uneducated, the way the format is laid out at Santapod, it's sort of like an all marked and everyone's welcome type of event. It's not in favor of one particular kit car brand or anything like that. It's just basically a festival of kit cars. Is that right?
It is. It's most of the shows we go are static shows. This one obviously is slightly different because you've got lots of things going on, lots of noise, lots of smells, so on. Yeah, it's an open event for anybody that wants to come and have a look at kit cars or indeed show their cars.
Yeah, and to the left there, that little boutique that you just walked past. Can I just ask you to turn? Now, what are we looking at in there? What is that tent? What are we looking at there?
This is a guy called Jez. His business is to take this tent and he goes to schools and universities, and he comes along with this car. It's an MK. And he can strip this vehicle and rebuild it in a day.
Wow.
Okay, so it's basically a chassis. Everything is taken off it: engine, gearbox, wheels, brakes, calipers, steering rack, everything. And this is the stage where it's at now. So it's stripped it down yesterday, and then it's rebuilt it again today. But
Wow,
it's an educational thing.
Yeah, this is great because this is again another example of all brands, all makes, people wanting to join in. So this is absolutely fabulous. Now he does this as a profession, I take it, or as a sideline business. So yeah, that's great.
So you quite often see him. He'll go along to a university or a school, and he'll set this gazebo up, and then he'll teach the kids what needs to happen. And it's basically anything to do with an engineering course.
Wow, how nice is that?
It's a cracking idea.
And I also heard through the grapevine, mostly you and John, telling me that AK Sports Cars is there making a representation. That's wonderful with their Cobras and their GT40s.
Yeah, they are. Well, actually, Jim, whilst you're here,
yes,
let me just have a quick word with Jez and see if he can actually go live with you and explain to you what in a little bit more detail of what he's actually doing here. So, okay.
Absolutely perfect.
Okay, I'll just pass you over, Jez.
Yep.
I've got Jim on the live link here from Canada.
Technology.
6 o'clock in the morning over there.
Oh,
bless his heart.
Right.
He even gets up at 3, 4, 2 o'clock in the morning to do these things for us.
Fair enough.
This is going live on 7 Spot.
Sure.
So it's all over the world.
Sure.
Okay, and I've just
you
given
can
him
hear him quite well, actually, with your headset. So
you can hear him, can you? Yeah, but he can't hear you.
Oh, that makes it different. Well, then you'll have to be the interpreter, unless you want him to wear your earbuds.
I will pass my earphones over to him. Okay, and then Jez can tell you a little bit more about what he's doing and what it's all about. How's that?
You bet. Sounds great.
2 seconds.
Could you let Jim know that we've connected? We just need to let us into the studio.
Yeah, Jim. Obviously, I can't hear you now, but we've got 2 reprobates who wish to come into the studio.
All right. Hi, Jez. How are you?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Excellent.
Greetings, world, and thanks for stopping in and telling us a bit about what we do. Now, Trevor just gave me a little bit of an update on what you're doing down there, but can you fill in a few of the blanks? Like, this is an educational
Hi, Jim,
format
can you hear me?
created?
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Someone else coming in as well?
I hear you fine. Go ahead.
So the idea is to give folks an experience of what it's like to build a kit car.
Yeah.
So the notion really is to cover off 3 bases, right? The corporate world, so a bit of a team building exercise. The idea being that you could see with a group of 4 basically would look to build the car over the course of the day.
Yeah.
So that's our sort of commercial side of things. To pay for the fun side of it, which is working with kids. So the idea is with colleges or scout groups, those type of organisations, where the kids perhaps not going to get exposure much to this world, where they can come along and have a bit of fun, put together a car. It starts as a bare chassis. This 20-year-old MK, so based on the old low-cost chassis. It's had some modifications, just make things a little bit simpler. So it's got like a dry brake system, so there's no bleeding of the brakes or anything like that. We can pull the brakes apart and choke them back in. So it uses a similar system to on brakes motorbikes. So we can unclip the brakes,
very nice.
and it maintains the hydraulic pressure, so which is kind of useful. We've got similar connectors on the fuel system, so obviously we've not got petrol flowing everywhere. The coolant, it uses water with red food dye in it, so that when it goes all over the floor, it's typical. It's not going to cause any issues. But other than that, it's road legal. 7 style kit car, and yeah, they start the day basically with the car as I looked in the picture on completely apart. And yeah, and over the course of the duration of the day, we put it together.
Wow, that's wonderful. Hey, can I ask you, Jez, how many
Yep.
times have you taken that car apart and assembled it?
Well, you know what? This is the 4th time I put it together, believe it or not. So this is very early stages. This is very conceptual at this stage. We've this is our first event.
I asked that because I built mine, and it is
Yeah.
a very similar kit, although
Yeah,
I did
okay.
mine in North America. But it
Sure.
is a very, very similar kit, although mine's bike engine, and I can't
Yeah.
imagine tearing it apart and putting it back together.
Well, I tore this apart yesterday, and because it's got these things that make it just that little bit simpler, I can now get this apart in about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I myself could put it together in about 4.5 hours on my own with air tools or with power tools. So we're at the stage now where I kind of know where everything is. And look, I mean, the other thing is I've changed all the nuts and bolts so that they're all, everything is 17 mil, 19 mil, 13 mil, 10 mil. So,
Yeah.
You've only got 4 spanners to keep a hand on during the course of the build. So that keeps things, you know how much time you spend looking for that 10 mil socket, right? So, it keeps it relatively straightforward. So, yeah.
Wow. That's fabulous. Jez, thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. I'll pass you back, okay? Nice talking
All right.
to you. Take care.
Thank you again. Hi, Trevor. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Jim. Bear with me a moment while I put the earphones back in.
That's great. Now I'm just waiting for Felix and John to jump back in. They've just sent me a message saying that they're about to pop back in. So this is great. So in the meantime, you and I are just going to have to pass the time. That is absolutely fabulous. What a brilliant idea for kids to be able to come and look at that. I know with my own experience, I did it because of my kids, in fact, to build it. So because I had I had both kids wanted to get into trades, one who actually wanted to get into the automotive trade. So it was a good learning curve for me. But could you imagine building a car in 4 hours?
It's a bit ridiculous, really, when you consider that some of us take up to 4 to 5 years to build a car.
Yeah, but I roared through with my son's help in about a year and a half. So that is absolutely amazing. Why don't you stroll down the strip a bit? I'd like to see. Now you've got the all of the Northwest Kit Car Owners Group cars over on the right-hand side, but
yes.
Now the rest. Is everybody else like parked out on the grass, or how does that work? Everybody?
Yeah, there are a few parked outside the other side of the strip.
Yeah.
But we try and get everybody into here. And as you can see, a lot of the tents have actually gone down now, but we actually put our tents up behind. So we try and get it to be a festival feel to the event. But yeah, there are quite a few cars that have left already because they've got, with it being Father's Day, they want to spend some time, obviously, with their families and what have you.
Yeah.
You know, but we're trying to promote it. We've in fact, if you don't mind, Jim, I'm going to introduce you to Chris.
Yeah.
Chris is a guy that we've hired to come along to do some promotion.
Oh, right. This is your videographer and photographer. This is fabulous.
Yeah,
yes, please.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, I'll just pass you over to him, and he'll just tell you a little bit about himself. So obviously he's got his own business as well. And then hopefully we can put something together later on in the day and promote the KITFEST later.
Yeah,
so
let me just wonderful.
I'm just going to pass you over to Chris now.
Yep.
Obviously Chris is going to need the headphones. That's the left. Yeah. That's the right.
Stay in my ears.
Walk around.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Yeah, very well. Yourself?
I'm doing well. Greetings from Vancouver, actually it's rainy Vancouver, Canada at 6:19 in the morning. So a very good morning to you.
Yeah.
So this is exciting. It's well, yeah, that's right. And I just wanted to say it's very exciting news that the Northwest Kit Car Owners Group has brought you along, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of the video stuff that you're about to do.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's nice to have been invited without a doubt. And, it's a good turnout. Apparently, it's not as busy as it has been pre-COVID and whatnot. But for me,
So
it's a
that-
good turnout. Sorry, go on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. I am still here. Would you mind just telling us a bit about your business and the stuff that you're doing for the Northwest Kit Car Owners Group?
Yeah, basically, I started photography about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
In a minute, I'll go and show you a few sort of samples as well. I've got
Perfect. Yeah.
printing. Let me know if the audio gets a bit windy. It's not moving side, so it's getting a bit windy here. I started photography about 3 years ago. Got quite heavily into it throughout all of the various lockdowns that we had over in the UK. And I sort of just went from there, really. So I started the business, and now I'm steered towards cars more than anything else. I still do landscape and portrait, but the cars are there. I've got a passion for cars.
Right.
And obviously, passion for photography. So the two just seem to be, there we go, though. The two just went hand in hand. So this is where I've ended up.
Wow, exciting.
We can get all the various graphics there quick as well. So yeah, I then get various pictures put onto any material, metal work, framed, whatever.
Yeah,
I work with a guy over in Stoke on Trent, and he owns a printer, so we get some great work there.
well, that's wonderful. I'm looking forward to hopefully if Trevor's sharing a link with your. Do you have a website?
Got a reflection on them, unfortunately, so I can't actually see. So let's go to Nigel's there.
All right, we'll go around to Nigel's show. I don't have a website, honestly. No, I do it generally through Facebook, which you can find on Photography Studios. I think
Lovely.
I think the full name is Photography 79, but if you type in Photography Studios, you'll still find it.
Perhaps Trevor, if you don't mind, after the live stream is down, if you've got a website that we can go to have a look at some more of his work, that would be great. I'd be happy to add that to the description of the video.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, no, I know that. I'll pass it on. I think Trevor's got that on Facebook. Obviously, on various other medias as well, YouTube, Instagram, and probably TikTok. I don't see a niche for that for me.
Perfect.
So, Instagram's all right. So there you go.
Awesome. Thank you so very much.
No worries. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
You bet. Cheers.
Good to chat. Have a good day. See you in a bit.
All right. Bye now. Hi, Trevor. Moving right along, Trevor. There's John.
Sorry?
There's John. Pass John over to me.
Pass John over to you. Are you sure you want that?
Well, I'm not sure I do, but I do want your finger off the lens. There we go.
Right.
Hi, Jim, you're right.
We're joined
I'm
very
all
close
right.
together at the moment.
Yeah, you still got your finger on the lens, by the way.
Still got what?
No, I was talking to Trevor. Tell Trevor to get his grubby fingers off the lens of the camera.
I think he has now. He's got his fingers off the lens.
Yeah, that's good. How are you doing? Be
I'm
careful.
very well.
Do you have any idea where those do you have any idea where those earbuds have been?
I do actually. Yeah. So I'll get the dettol out afterwards. So we can't get a phone signal here on Peter's phone because any forward.
Yes, you were dropping in and out of the feed there. So I do appreciate. So I wanted to just reiterate that one of the things I'm very happy about with KITFEST this year is that you do have AK sports cars
We do.
down. Yeah, and now are they anywhere near, or can we have a peek at that?
They're right next to our stand. We're here.
There we go. That's exactly what I want to have a look at.
Yeah, they're absolutely stunning cars. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Looks like Wendy's tucking into some food at the minute, but we'll still go with this driver, shall we?
I think so.
Yeah, well, absolutely. You know,
It's a shame, Jim,
what's,
because we've, the gang's just basically struck down,
Yeah.
ready for later on.
of
So,
course.
but we can have a chat with them and see what they think about the weekend. That's
Yeah.
all right.
Stunning cars.
Absolutely stunning. I love that Jaguar replica. And of course, Trevor is zoned in on the AK Cobra. And the GT40, look at that.
I did lodge it, but AK in like 45 minutes away from here, so they just drove all of these down yesterday.
Yeah, no worries at all. I mean, it's not from our perspective.
Neil's enjoying himself.
Yeah, they literally AK arrived just before the rain started, so they had about 10 minutes to try and get all the tents up and stuff.
In fact, the weather was absolutely fine until they arrived.
Absolutely.
I just totally, it's not right. I'm not sure if we're going to let them come next year.
Yeah.
But
You want to say hello to Jim in the States? Do you want to?
Yeah. Hi, Wendy.
Do you want to have a chat? I know we're disturbing your food.
Oh, okay, took the coat out.
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
I'm all right, Jim. How are you doing bright and early in the morning?
Oh, it's only 6:30 in the morning. It's not nearly as bad as what we were doing from Stoneleigh. So thank you so much for sharing some time and bringing all of your kit down here. That's absolutely amazing.
It's been, in fairness, today's been wonderful.
Yeah. Well,
British summertime will always bring some interesting moments.
yeah, absolutely.
No, it's been wonderful. And I have to say, it's been lovely to have all this room spread out as well.
Yeah.
You see Molly, daughter Molly, so I had to enlist the help of the children.
Yes.
Yes.
So, absolutely brilliant, Wendy.
One and daughter number 2. One to build a car, one car.
Wow, nice. Thank you again, Wendy. It's just absolutely your whole crew are a bit of a.
I'll hand you back to John.
All right, thanks again.
Take care.
Cheers.
Thanks, Wendy.
Very welcome. Thank you.
Hi, Jim, back again.
Hi, John. How are you doing?
Yeah, we're good. We got with about 4 or 5 jet cars here that are going down at about 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So we're probably not going to last too much. I don't know if you want us to dial back in at 3 o'clock. You want to do that,
Well,
Trev?
we can do that. I'll just send you a link, a fresh link, and
Yeah, just send a fresh link.
If it works, it works, and if it doesn't work, well, we'll just do it another time.
Yeah, we got some videos of them going down this morning, just absolutely mental.
Absolutely. This is absolutely fabulous, and I just hope that with the AK participation that you've got going here, that you can only build from there, because this is absolutely fabulous. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been, the weather's been great as well. As I say, with the jet cut, well, it's just about to start with it.
Yeah.
Let's listen to this.
Nice. Isn't that lovely? Absolutely wonderful.
I think he might be taking it down the track. I know that they've not been down yet because the weather was too bad yesterday, but I know they're about taking a couple down the track. So.
Wow. That's a major undertaking for a sports car company to move their kit all over like this. This is absolutely wonderful of AK to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, bringing 5 kits as well.
Wow.
So yeah, 3 o'clock we'll probably dial back in again when the jet cars go down. There's one mental one that it hit 260 miles an hour at the quarter mile. Did it in about 6 seconds. So 6 seconds of doing 260 miles an hour. You've got to get your head around it.
Yeah.
We'll be sending ours down a bit later on, probably after the jet cars have gone down. We'll take a few of the jet cars down as well.
I hope that you won't be rebuilding your clutch later tomorrow.
I'm going to take it easy off the line because the track is incredible.
Yeah.
It can last
Exactly right.
I put it down it now. It's completely dry now, and yeah, it's going to be super slicky. So I think all of it's going to take it easy. Otherwise, you know, just got lots of gearbox.
Yeah.
Or something. So yeah, should be good.
Excellent. Well, again, John, thank you so much for joining us today. Why don't we, if we're going to be tuning back in about half an hour, why don't we put a bow on it for now? And I'll send a link over to Trevor, and we can pop in anytime.
Yeah, cool.
Does that sound good?
That's great. All right, I'll just pop you back to Trevor just briefly.
All right. Cheers.
You can send another link in a bit.
Right. Okay. Brilliant.
Yeah. Hi, Trevor.
Hi, Jim. This is where it's a bit difficult when you've got a wired headset instead of Bluetooth.
Tell me, actually, you guys are doing great. And I wanted to say thanks again. It seems to me that rather than you and I drone on for half an hour while we're waiting for the jet car to get warmed up, why don't I send you a fresh link? And in about half an hour, you can pop in. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't work, well, then we'll call it a day.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Yeah, I appreciate you getting up early hours again to do this. This is great.
No worries. You know, sleep is entirely overrated. So why don't we just put a bow on it? And I'll say thank you, and we will see you at 7 Spot. How's that?
That's brilliant. Thank you, Jim.
All right.
Take care.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
guys.